Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that many of us might find difficult but necessary to address: relationships. How do we know when it's time to mend those threads or let go? How do we navigate the difficult emotions that arise when love evolves or fades? It's a question many of us grapple with, often fearing the answer. In this video, we'll explore 10 subtle and not so subtle signs that your relationship might be nearing its end. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's how we share our thoughts, dreams, and fears. It's the bridge that connects two souls. But when communication starts to dwindle, the bridge weakens. Now conversations feel strained, superficial, or loaded with tension. Maybe you find it hard to talk about anything meaningful without it escalating into an argument. This lack of communication can be a painful indicator that the emotional connection is fading. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but when disagreements devolve into constant arguments, it creates a toxic environment. Do you find yourselves falling into the same argumentative patterns, unable to break free from the cycle of blame and resentment? It's time to honestly assess the root cause of these arguments and whether they can be constructively addressed. Trust is the very foundation upon which love is built. But once trust is broken, it can be incredibly challenging to rebuild. Think of trust like a delicate glass figurine, beautiful and strong, yet easily shattered. Have there been betrayals of trust in your relationship, whether big or small? Perhaps it's a breach of confidence, a broken promise, or infidelity. Whatever the cause, that loss of trust can create a chasm between you, making it difficult to truly connect on a deeper level. Rebuilding trust takes time, effort, and a genuine commitment from both partners. Emotional intimacy is the bedrock of a fulfilling and meaningful relationship. But what happens when that emotional connection begins to fade? It can feel like you're drifting further and further apart. You might find yourselves living parallel lives, sharing the same space but not truly connecting on an emotional level. Those heartfelt conversations that once came so naturally now feel forced or non-existent. This emotional distance can be a slow and subtle process, but it's a powerful indicator that something is amiss. It's important to acknowledge this gap and explore the reasons behind it. Physical and emotional intimacy are vital expressions of love and connection in a romantic relationship. However, when intimacy fades, it can be a sign that the spark is diminishing. Have you noticed a decline in physical affection, a lack of sexual desire, or an absence of those small gestures that once ignited a spark between you? Ignoring the issue will only allow it to fester and potentially create further distance between you. Imagine embarking on a journey without a shared destination. Shared dreams and aspirations are the compass that guides you towards a fulfilling future together. When your life goals no longer align, it can create friction and resentment. Perhaps one of you yearns for a family, while the other prioritizes career aspirations. These fundamental differences can become increasingly difficult to reconcile over time. Recognizing these differences early on can save you both from heartache and allow you to make choices that align with your individual paths. Everyone deserves to feel valued, respected, and appreciated in their relationships. However, when those feelings of appreciation dwindle, it can lead to resentment and a sense of being taken for granted. Do you find yourself constantly giving without receiving anything in return? Perhaps your efforts go unnoticed, your words unheeded, or your needs unmet. Over time, this lack of appreciation can chip away at your self-esteem and leave you feeling emotionally drained. Both partners should feel valued and appreciated for who they are and what they contribute. If your efforts to address this issue are met with resistance or indifference, it might be a sign that your needs are not being met in the relationship. Our actions often speak louder than words, revealing the true state of our hearts. When you find yourself consistently avoiding your partner, it can be a subconscious way of distancing yourself from the relationship. Do you find yourself making excuses to avoid spending time together? Perhaps you're constantly working late, immersing yourself in hobbies, or seeking solace in the company of friends or family. Facing these uncomfortable truths head-on is essential for growth, both individually and as a couple. A healthy relationship should nurture your well-being, providing a safe and supportive space to thrive. However, when a relationship starts to negatively impact your mental health, it's a serious red flag. Are you experiencing increased anxiety, stress, or a decline in your overall mood? Do you find yourself constantly second-guessing yourself, walking on eggshells, or feeling emotionally drained after interacting with your partner? If the relationship consistently brings you more pain than joy, it might be time to reevaluate whether it's serving your highest good. Relationships, like gardens, require constant care and attention to flourish. However, when one or both partners stop putting in the effort, the garden of your love can wither and fade. Think about it. Have you noticed a decline in effort from your partner? Perhaps they've stopped initiating dates, making an effort with your love language, or showing interest in your life. Both partners need to be equally invested in nurturing the connection. If you've addressed the lack of effort and nothing has changed, it might be a sign that your partner's heart is no longer in it. Relationships are complex and ever-evolving. Recognizing these signs doesn't necessarily mean the end is inevitable. Sometimes it serves as a wake-up call, a catalyst for open communication, and a renewed commitment to growth. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.